Hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How you doing, Cappies? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you, Capricorn. I'm here to do a reading, and it is for the week ahead, as it always is, right? You've been here before, and you've seen me do a reading before. You know that it's always for the week ahead, and today is no different. So we are going to use some Oracle decks, and we're going to get some energy from the Oracle decks first, and then we're going to throw some tarot on it. Welcome here. If you're brand new and you've never been here before, thanks for showing up here, giving this a shot. We have quite a large Capricorn following here. So if you like to subscribe and become part of that beautiful Capricorn tribe, then you are welcome to do so. Thank you for the thumbs up if that's what you intend on doing with your time while you're here. I do appreciate it. It does help me get seen by the algorithm. Let's find out what's going on for you, Capricorn, and then at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about private reads. I'm also going to tell you about how to find an extended if you're interested in that at all. Let's find out what's going on for Capricorn in the week ahead. Always, whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, Capricorn, always for the week ahead. Ooh, triumph. I like it. So there's something here that is going to be working out in your favor, and I think it's coming at you pretty quickly. Something here is about to speed up in your atmosphere, and it does feel like, yeah, there is some sort of something that you can look forward to. It feels like you've got some sturdy footing here. You know where to go, you know where to get it, and it's time. That's what it feels like here. And what else do we have? So this is post full moon, right? Because the full moon's today. Happy full moon. And this is post full moon. So this is after the old chapter wraps up, or the cycle wraps up. What's coming after the full moon? It says step out of your comfort zone, the North Node. Look, do you know what your North Node is? I do. I know mine's an Aries, but tell me what your North Node is. Please go take a look. You can calculate just your North Node and go find out what it is, because that's how you're moving forward into the future. And so the stepping outside of your comfort zone is exactly what you need to do in order to be able to push forward in your life. And how you do that, if you do that intellectually in air, or if you do that in fire, which is fire signs, right? It all depends on what your sign is and what you're here to accomplish. That's how you're going forward in this life. So step out of your comfort zone, get into that North Node energy, and move forward. Triumph here, right? And so that's Cancer energy. So because that is the Chariot. So I'm wondering if you're a Cancer North Node. We do have the a card of acceptance, and it says here, I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And I kind of love that for you, because once we stop standing there staring at the brick wall that just won't move, that's when it frees us up to use our intellectual mind to find a way around the obstacle. And I think your North Node, instead of you pile driving through the brick wall, I feel like you're getting in the Chariot and you are headed off to accept the things that you cannot change. Bottom of the deck, we have accelerated motion. Absolutely. It seems like something here is speeding up with this Chariot energy here. Accelerated motion tells me, you know, there's a shooting star here, and it feels like card number 8. It feels like the 8 of Wands to me. It feels like you're taking a shot at something, and instead of sitting there suffering in silence, complaining it's not working, staring at it from a distance, and realizing that that sunrise is actually coming up for you. So you'll see the way. It's going to light the way, so you'll see the way that you need to go, and then you can just go from point A to point B. We've got indecision. And so it's funny because here we've got suffering in silence, right? Now, if you are in suffering in silence, I would say at this time, if you are this person who's like, this life is not working out for me. It's not working that way for me. I'll say, I don't know why you keep coming up with this stuff, but it's not working out for me. I would say you're in the 9s right now, my friend. We are in the year of 9. It feels like you are about to wrap up a cycle in your life of suffering in silence. And things are about to move forward in accelerated motion. But you are the one that needs to get up and create the motion. We have indecision. It says, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. So I feel like somebody is being asked to step into their intuition. That's the only way that things are going to move forward for you. We've got the end of a tough cycle, approaches. Look at that, Capricorn. It says full moon in Capricorn. Now, today's full moon is in Taurus, but interesting that I'm doing a Capricorn reading, and it's telling me to tell you that the end of a tough cycle is approaching. So something that you've been enduring is about to ease up on you just a little bit. Let's look at some tarot. Let's find out what's going on for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter in the week ahead. Tell me about Capricorn, please. Tell me about Capricorn. All right. We've got the Page of Swords. I feel like some information is coming. Or something that you've been observing from a distance. But the Page of Swords is the one who is digging for information. This is the one who's curious about everything. They won't take that answer. They won't take yes for an answer. They won't take no for an answer. This is like, there's got to be more information. I want to know why yes. I want to know why it's no. It feels like you're not taking anything for an answer. And I feel like some information or possibly a message that gives you some clarity could be coming toward you here. And this might be what makes you step out of your comfort zone in the midweek next week. We've got the Nine of Swords. So, stepping out of your comfort zone is never easy. It's called a comfort zone for a place, for a reason, right? Because it's a place where everything is stable. When we curate our lives, in other words, we don't have a social life, we decide not to do that, we're going to stay home, I'm just going to eat, sleep, and work. When we do that, it's easy to keep everything in balance because you know what to expect, you're doing the same thing every day, and you don't have to take any risks. The North Node is a hard place to be because it's asking you to take a risk. Live to your full potential. Go out there and get what it is that you feel is yours to claim. The North Node is asking you to step outside your comfort zone, and stepping outside your comfort zone is going to be something that is hard to do. It's going to give worry, but I don't know how this is going to end, Elsie. I don't know. I don't know what's going to transpire. When's the end? Tell me how this is going to end up if I decide to do it. Many people come to me and they ask me for private readings because they think I'm some sort of a guru with a crystal ball that can see their future and tell them what pitfalls are coming and what not to do. And that's not how tarot is. Tarot is about the journey. Why? Because the journey is about the lessons, and that is what tarot is about. It's more likened toward psychology than it is toward woo-woo stuff, right? So we've got the Nine of Swords. The Ace of Swords is in the hand of the page, and the page is telling me that with 1 adding to the 9, we've got 10. That tells me that you've been sitting in the 9 here, not stepping out of your comfort zone, and this is the easier place to be. Because if you start adding swords to the 9, it becomes the 10, and that can become painful. Because now when I see the North Node and I know what's in front of me, and I do take a step outside the comfort zone to go get what I feel is rightfully mine, I'm probably going to have to leave some people, places, things, thought patterns, and things like that behind. I think somebody's willing to do it though, because we've got the Chariot here, Triumph, and I feel like you will be triumphant, but I feel like you need more information, or more information might be coming, or you have decided that you have a thirst for knowledge and it's time for you to go take a look at what's coming next. We've got acceptance. Okay, well, I kind of love that it's all in swords. I'm just going to say, I know you're an earth sign, but it feels like you are thinking about making some sort of really big move. Acceptance is what the Queen of Swords goes through in order to become the Queen of Swords. See, the Queen of Swords sometimes is referred to in the tarot as the divorcee. And for those of you who have been divorced, for those of you who have pulled the plug, you've been the one who pulled the plug, whether you're a man or a woman, feminine or masculine energy, you had to come to some sort of acceptance. This isn't working. I've got to leave this place. I've got to draw a line in the sand. I've got to liberate myself because this is not working for me. So the acceptance is I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Somebody here has realized they've come to the end of the road, and there's something here that I cannot change. And the only thing that you're going to be able to do at the end of the road is liberate yourself. Start speaking out loud, being honest. This is a place where I really don't have anything left to lose. That's what it feels like here. So I feel like your acceptance is, you know what? People are not going to like my decisions. They're going to be hard on me anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and be who I'm going to be. Let them call me whatever they're going to call me because I'm doing it head over heart. I don't really care what you guys think. I'm being truthful and honest to myself, and I'm drawing a line in the sand, putting up a boundary and saying no. The answer is no with a period. That's a full sentence. I'm going to put down a couple cards here. We're talking about this energy here is going to be not what's going on in the week ahead, but what's going on that further into November. Let's talk more about that. We'll put down a couple of cards and give you a peek into that. We've got the Ace of Cups and we've got the Star. So it does feel like somebody here is hoping for alignment with the heart space, is hoping for happiness, hoping for something that is going to unfold, that is going to make me feel my feelings. Because look, these are all swords energy. This is Libra. This is Aquarius, right? Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini energy. We've got somebody who's getting out of their feelings in order to be able to make a decision that's probably really hard about moving forward and accepting the things that I can't change. So look, if people are going to be hard on me, no matter what decision I make, then I'm just going to make the decision that's best for me. And all y'all can screw off. I'm just going to draw the line in the sand and say, look, this is the place that I'm going, and whether you like it or not. I feel like you still have some hope that there is going to be, I feel like when you get out of the swords, that there is hope that you are going to open the heart space towards something that really makes you feel good. The Star is the hope of something loving, wanting, beautiful, opening of the heart space, something that is going to be unfolding, possibly in love, but definitely about emotional heart space energy. I feel like you need to make these decisions in swords so you can open the heart space again. Let's talk about Triumph and the Page of Swords. Tell me what's going on here for Capricorn. Ooh, okay, the Wheel of Fortune is here. Ooh, the Two of Cups is here. And then we got the Three of Pentacles. It feels like there is possibly a conversation, some information, some more information shows up, whether you dig for it or not. It feels like you've been observing something from a distance. I feel like you've been watching someone and their movements, listening to what they've been saying, reading between the lines. It feels like with the Wheel of Fortune here, that something is about to change and expand. And I think what's about to change and expand is some sort of information or the mind. You're changing your mind, you're expanding the way that you think, and becoming a little more fluid in the way that you think, a little more mutable, I would say. It feels like, and I know you're a cardinal sign, but I feel like you're becoming a little more fluid in the way that you think. We've got the Two of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. There is a partnership here that I feel like is going to deepen. And so we're going to become closer. We're going to deepen this partnership here. The Three of Pentacles is about maybe being in a group of people or in a community. It's about us getting together and agreeing on things that are very practical and things that we feel will build a good foundation. I feel like you are building a foundation through conversation, through really watching someone's movements, observing from a distance, and you're realizing that something is changing here, is what it feels like. It's destiny that it does change. I feel like feelings could be changing here between you and another, that possibly we were in this pentacle energy, building a foundation that possibly is emotional, that is going to turn emotional or is going to deepen into an emotional connection. There is something that is expanding here, and it feels like how we feel about each other, or possibly we are deepening our partnership. This could be a business person, a person in the workplace. This could be a person that you know in a group of people, someone in your community, but it definitely could be one-on-one and feelings, right? Stepping out of your comfort zone is really hard. I feel like if we are talking about like relationship stuff where we're going from friends to now this is crossing the line to being more than friends, I'm starting to catch feelings for you. It feels like somebody here is really scared about going out of their comfort zone. The comfort zone might be the partnership. I get to see you, we get to go out, we go out within a group, we don't go out one-on-one. It feels like that somebody here is playing it safe and observing from a distance. We might even be having conversations that are surface conversations with the Page of Swords. We are curious about each other, and I feel like things are crossing a boundary here. So someone here is ready to step out of their comfort zone, and it feels terrifying because somebody here is worried that they're going to get hurt. They're worrying about the future. Also, weighing what happened from the past. Somebody here, I'm going to tell you, stop bringing your past into the present. Not every situation is the same. Not every situation is going to work out the same as it ever did, but it will if you decide it. If you decide it, you will literally act it out in that way, and you'll crash and burn it before it even starts. Let's talk about the 9 of Swords and stepping out of your comfort zone, because somebody here is just trying to keep their head down. Look, I just don't want to get hurt. I'm just trying to keep my head down here. We've got the Knight of Wands, we've got the Death card, and we've got the Knight of Swords. So I'm going to say that if you are the person I'm speaking to who is terrified to go outside your comfort zone and do anything different than you've ever done, look, that's the only way you're going to get something different than you ever got. So if you want to move forward, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. I feel like with the Knight of Wands here, I'm going to say that I think that somebody here, what you're afraid of is that things are going to get out of hand and they'll move quickly to a passionate place. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to wreck this friendship. I don't want to wreck the foundation. I don't want to wreck this really beautiful conversation, deep conversation that we've been having. Well, I think the Death card is here saying you can do that if you want. I feel like you want it to slow down, and I feel like if you do want it to slow down, I'm going to say keep it in Swords, because the Knight of Swords is here, and although things are moving quickly, keep it intellectual. I feel like something is going to transform regardless of whether or not you keep it intellectual, but the way that you slow down the connection and make sure that it doesn't drop into this passionate place that becomes unstable, that is to transform it through words, through thought process, through the 9 of Swords and 1 is 10, through releasing your fear of being outside the comfort zone, and maybe just entertain that possibly you could draw a boundary, keep the boundaries, and still be outside your comfort zone where all the action is taking place. I feel like somebody here is fighting against their mind, that you are learning that you're learning that there is the possibility of accepting the things that you cannot change, but that's not going to happen without boundaries. And this is the boundary queen. This is the boundary ninja right here. This is the one who is like, doesn't really care if you like their boundaries. They're not going to spend a lot of time explaining their boundaries. I feel like you've realized that this is it's a time in your life where you have to liberate yourself. You have to be really honest with people. And I think that the Knight of Swords is part of that honesty. What's transforming here is that instead of speaking in passion, you're speaking in words, in thoughts, in communication. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. We've got the 2 of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Wands. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. Look, start slowly. We can start with exploration. We can start with being curious. It's okay that there's a little bit of a spark in the belly. It's okay that, maybe we're going out for coffee. It feels like somebody here is trying to make a decision in the 3D about how much time, effort, or energy I'm going to give you, because I need to draw a boundary at some point and be really honest with you about what the process from here. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who is not quite out of the end of a tough cycle, and that something here is in indecision, that you're trying to use your intuition in order to make a decision. And I feel like this is the exploratory phase. So we do have pages, right? 1, 2, 3. The only one we don't have is the Page of Cups, which is the feelings part of it. And so it's okay to keep it in Pentacles. We've got 1 and 2 is here. That's 3 Pentacles, which is over here. I feel like you want to build a slow foundation with someone, even though you've got the excitement in the belly, even though there is an attraction, a small attraction that's happening here. I just want to say that I think somebody's attracted to you because you're the one who does hold your boundaries. And that can be quite attractive as well. So I feel like you need to accept the fact that it's okay that things go slow, but also that you need to be honest with anybody that comes by, because if somebody leaves your presence or you put up the boundary and they wander off, it's because that person never respected you in the first place. Somebody who really does respect you for your boundaries is going to hang around. So I feel like we're looking at this here being the accepting the thing that you can't change. And the thing that you can't change is that not everybody is going to want to hang around for your boundaries. And the ones that don't are just not for you. So let's look at this Ace of Cups and the Star, because I think that you're hoping that something here is going to turn into the Ace of Cups. Tell me about this. This is for not next week, but the week after that. we've got the Justice card, we've got the Three of Wands, and we've got the Knight of Cups. I'm going to say yes. I do believe that it does turn into the Ace of Cups, but please understand that justice is here. I feel like first we have to get harmony. First we have to restore truth and honesty and make sure that we know why we're here. What is going to happen in the future? The Three of Wands. What's going to happen is the Knight of Pentacles. We're going to stop and reassess. We're going to get off the horse, look at the map. We're going to take it slow, and it doesn't matter how long it takes for us to get there. We're going to make sure this is a slow and sturdy walk to the finish line. So instead of being in this energy of, I need them to text me now. Why don't I get the morning text? Why don't they get the night's text? Why aren't they texting me every day? I feel like you just need to cool your jets. Cool your jets. Let them take it as they will take it. Or you take it as you will take it. Whatever way, I think it's supposed to go slowly. But your hope of things turning into the Ace of Cups will transpire. But I feel like it's slowly going to happen in the future with the Three of Wands here. I think you want it to happen as well. We're going to put down 3 cards here. We're going to go into the extended. We're going to talk a little bit more about this. We're going to clarify this North Node energy here and why it's important for you to get out of your comfort zone. What is your comfort zone? We have something here that's transforming here, and I think that it's something you are in a place now where it's very different than it used to be. I don't think that you're ready for passion immediately. I think you're really enjoying the slow walk or the slow burn. And if you don't, I feel like this is your lesson. Let's put down 3 cards and find out what else your lesson is going into the extended. If you're interested in the extended, please look in the pinned comment. You will find a link there that will help you find your way to purchasing this outright if you just want to look at only this extended. If you want more than one extended, you'll get 4 in a month if you go into the membership area. And that will be just for one sign. If you want to watch other signs, you can get extendeds for other signs as well. You get all of them there for one price. If you're interested in private reads, please take a look at the link to Hypsee. It'll tell you where to find me, and please know that I'm never going to contact you in DMs. I don't DM anybody. I don't even speak to anybody who DMs me. So please know that it's not me. If you're speaking to me, I will never ask you for a reading in DMs. All right, so we've got the King of Pentacles. We've got the Four of Swords. And we've got the King of Wands. So I feel like right now we are building a foundation. And the foundation that we're building is we're trying to get to the King of Pentacles foundation, where we're really slow and sturdy and dependable. And we've both built this really rich foundation upon which we can use that as a springboard. We have the Four of Swords. It's a healed foundation. And once we have the healed foundation, that's when the King of Wands shows up here. The one with the wisdom to know that if I roll in my passions, everything will come in time, that we don't start in fire because fire burns out. But if we build a really good foundation and build it in a healing way, that then there is going to be a time that things will flip into passion. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. Somebody here is going to be facing a tower, and it's coming very soon. We're going to talk about that. I feel like it is something that is going to bust you out of this trauma that I feel that you've been dragging around with you. I really feel like somebody here is stuck in trauma, in indecision, and this is the end of the cycle. When the tower shows up to break down the Nine of Wands, I feel like it's this. It feels like the end of a hard cycle is about to come to an end here, come full circle, this full moon, and it might even be this full moon in Taurus that we're talking about. But it feels like somebody here is about to experience a shift, something that is going to move very quickly. And I feel like you're going to be hanging on to the holy shit bar, right, in the car, or you are going to decide that I'm just going to roll with it. And I feel like it's busting into your Nine of Wands energy, which is the trauma. It feels like it's going to shift everything, but it's going to go slow. So as long as you're okay with slow, I think that things are opening up or expanding the way that they should, because this is destiny. I'm going to go into the extended. If you'd like to be there, you know how to find me now. We are going to be there in the extended. And if you want to be there, I'd be happy to see you there. If not, if this is where we part, that's cool, because I'll be back, because I'm always back. Capricorn, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.